Welcome back to CEEN Caribbean News. It's now time to go in depth. Water is a precious, necessary commodity that most parts of the Caribbean currently do not have in abundance. One such country is Jamaica, which is at this time tightly budgeting water because levels at its dams are far below where there should be. Candice Ming has the details.
Some areas of the island are fortunate to have access to an abundance of water and not experiencing the drought that is wreaking havoc on other sections. Most hard hit is the corporate area, which is served by the only two raw water storage facilities in the country, the Hermitage and Mona Dams. Head of Corporate Communications at the National Water Commission, NWC, Charles Buchanan, says despite increased rainfall in the Hermitage watershed over the past week, adding much-needed water to the dam, levels at both facilities combined are still at crisis levels.
As at the 28th, we have 45% storage capacity at the Hermitage Dam. That represents about 177 million gallons out of the 393 million gallons capacity that facility can hold. The larger Mona Reservoir, which has a capacity of 809 million gallons, is presently at about 20% of its capacity, which is just about 166 million gallons.
What do water levels at this stage mean for the citizens of the country?
Well, where I live, when water is low, it has never really gone from my home, and for days I don't have any water.
Most of the time there is no water in the tap. We have a little ground pipe, that's where we have to get most of the water. Our kids sometimes have to go to school, bathe overnight, to go to school in the morning.
Where I live now, I'm not getting no water.
I get local water at night time still. Because night when I go my evening time, I get local water in the pipe.
Much so, you know, but you don't know, you have to be creative. You know, when we have things in abundance, a lot of time we take it for granted. Now that it is in scarcity, we need to read between the lines because we are living in perilous times.
I can't take it, I just can't take it no more. Them say 2 days and sometimes all 5 days straight, no water. Water is life, you know. Water is life, and you get up, say a family of 6 and you have no water. Lucky thing. Me have a little pipe down at the ground there. That's how we have to go. That's my life, you know, lady. Yes. Me can't take it, man.
When the drought started earlier this year, the NWC had announced mitigation efforts, among which were the recommissioning of several dormant wells in the city. The people say they need to start seeing real relief from these efforts, but Charles Buchanan says were it not for those efforts, conditions would be a whole lot worse.
Were it not for the implementation of a number of these projects, for example, if we were not receiving about 2.5 million gallons of previously unavailable water from the St. Catherine East well fields, persons in some areas of the corporate area would have been suffering worse water supply conditions. So there is no gainsaying that these projects that have been implemented are already contributing to the supply scenario that we have. It may be hard for some of those customers to imagine, but it certainly would have been a worse situation were those projects not implemented.
He gave an outline of what those mitigation efforts are.
We have initiated a number of measures. Among the measures would have been the reintroduction of several previously out of operation wells. We have put some of those already in operation, 2 in the southeast St. Catherine area. Regrettably, one of those that we had put back in operation suffered from vandalism and theft, and for a period of 2-3 days was back out of operation because persons had stolen critical cables to the facility. But that is back in operation once again. We continue to work on bringing into operation 2 or 3 others in that same area, and that work is continuing with the cleaning of those wells already being done. In one case, we are coordinating with the public power supply provider and the government electrical inspectorate with regards to re-electrifying that location. That process will be completed shortly. One of the wells, Montgomery Corner in Crossroads, we expect to have that in operation over the course of this weekend. Another well at Rennock Lodge has been worked on and tested by hydrogeology specialists, and we are now in the process of preparing for completing that process.
Mr. Buchanan says those efforts are coupled with initiatives planned before the drought as long-term solutions to water provision.
A $4.9 billion non-revenue water reduction project in the Kingston and St. Andrew area. That project is being prepared for actual work within a matter of days. That's a 5-year project. The $12 million project is part of a Caribbean-wide wastewater management project. While it is particularly aimed at providing creative financing for wastewater improvement projects as a mechanism to facilitate improved wastewater and sanitation arrangements. Other benefits include improving the discharge of wastewater, providing protection to underground water resources. Financing for one component of that project was officially done earlier this month. All of the programs which have been announced continue to be implemented. We are already seeing some benefits of the short-term interventions which were outlined.
And while the NWC irons out its water solutions, the people have some of their own, which may or may not be in line with that of the NWC.
Build some more catchments and store water for the dry period. You have a lot of river running, going to waste, and them not storing any water. So you have to store water for the dry period. That, I think, is the solution. Them need to put in the next dam. Them have 2 major ones in the city. So they need to get some, but they can get some other feed from it. You understand? So that they can get bits of because right now, business where they can do right now because it's time dry right afternoon and they can't get no water, everything dry up. You understand? So right now they need to put something in resource that some more catchment that they have more water.
Government need to privatize the water like on a private public service, because if they publicize it, I think we have a better system. Because since they publicize the JPS, we're having a better light system. So they need to do that with the water as well.
Candice Ming for CEEN Caribbean News.